Welcome to the Effects of Urbanization on Canopy Cover for the Accelerated Intermediate GIS class at the University of San Francisco, Spring 2019. Our group, the Professional Tree Huggers, includes Justine Bowie, Alexandra Takeshita, and Cassandra Erickson. Our study area is Marin County, located within the North Bay of the San Francisco Bay Area. It is a unique region that encompasses a large area of protected national parks. Based on the 2018 U.S. Census data, 259,666 individuals are dispersed throughout Marin's 214,000 hectares of land. This population continues to grow at a rate of 2.9% per year. And with such a rapidly growing population, so close in proximity to protected parks, Marin County provides a unique opportunity to study how urbanization impacts the stability of ecosystems. Due to urban encroachment into the natural environment, ecosystems continue to be negatively impacted by anthropogenic stressors. Even though Marin County has a significant amount of area managed by the Golden Gate National Recreation Area, or GOGA, it has seen dramatic change within the park bounds, being the most visited park in the United States. Roadways and hiking trails are known to fragment wildlife habitats, influencing animal behavior, altering surface water flow, and impacting localized canopy cover density, making ecosystems more susceptible to invasive species. According to the United States Geological Survey, even with the impact of localized disturbances, the negative effects can diffuse further into the landscape. Using canopy cover as an indicator for environmental disturbance, we intend to evaluate the correlation between change in canopy cover density alongside increasing park recreational visits and local population growth within the GOGA managed park areas. This data will be used to locate areas most impacted by human disturbances to determine vulnerability. By utilizing a kernel density map, our results can help guide restoration and management policies and help determine where these policies should be implemented. With more than 50% of the world's population living in urban areas, natural resources in highly populated areas are at risk of degradation. An increase in population has significant impacts on increasing surface temperature, which then impact local, regional, and global ecosystems. A sufficient proxy for the amount of vegetation in an area is canopy cover. Researchers used LiDAR images and extrapolated vector polygons in order to use the raster data in GIS for analysis. The goal of this study is to locate areas within the Golden Gate National Park most impacted by urbanization by using canopy cover as a proxy for vegetation loss. We hope to define which areas in the Marin County region of the Golden Gate National Park have experienced negative change in canopy cover, and how has the canopy cover changed over the years. Our canopy cover and roads data comes from the GOGA database provided by the Geospatial Analysis Lab. The main information product we will be developing is a map that shows the change in canopy cover between 2001 and 2014 in Marin County, California. The change in canopy cover will be represented by a red to yellow to blue color scale, with red showing the most depletion in canopy cover and blue showing an increase in canopy cover. This map does not represent the actual density of canopy cover in the area, just the change. So to rectify that, we will also create additional information products of the canopy cover in Marin County for the years 2001, 2008, 2010, 2012, and 2014. A brief overview of our methods. We utilize ArcMap to build our information products. To create the change in canopy cover map, we first established a multiple ring buffer around the roads. We then calculated the zonal statistics for the canopy cover dataset to find the average density for both 2001 and 2014. Using the averages, we calculated the change and then joined that information to the buffers created before. Once this information was spatially joined, we implemented kernel smoothing over our map and set the symbology. To build the individual yearly maps of canopy cover, to provide context for a research question, we utilize the data from the GOGA geodatabase, clip the data to our study area, and standardize the symbology across the years. Our completed map displays the areas experiencing the greatest decrease in canopy cover change within our study area. Upon closer inspection, we can track trends within the data using our knowledge of the topography and urbanization trends within Marin County. It was interesting to see that there was little spatial correlation between developed urban areas versus protected parks, as the trends looked to be evenly spread throughout the study area. As expected, areas that saw the least amount of canopy cover change were located within the highly developed areas. Since these areas have already been developed, little change was observed over the targeted years. Closely inspecting the areas with the highest change in canopy cover, we noticed many were located at the end of roads. We attributed this to these areas being ideal locations for development projects due to limited available lands. With a 3% population growth rate as a result of an increasing trend of people living in coastal urban areas, limited housing continues to be restricted. Areas on the map that saw the greatest canopy cover loss included coastal bluffs straddling the Point Reyes and Bolinas city lines. With no obvious reasoning as to why this would be, we suspect this to be a result of an eroding cliffside. Another area with great canopy cover loss is located on the northern cliffs of Muir Beach. This area has seen a consistent development and population growth over the years. Surprisingly, there is a handful of areas that were observed to have an increase in canopy cover. These areas included West Peak on Mount Tamalpais and Marin Headlands. We believe this to be a result of inaccessibility due to extreme topography or lack of hiking trail. Proposed reasonings for increase in canopy cover is due to lack of human interaction and recreational usage or prescribed burns, which is a common fire management practice in the study area. This type of geospatial analysis is critical in properly informing policymakers in order to implement the most effective management and conservation policies. Preserving the natural resources we have is imperative for a more sustainable future. Special thanks to Megan Danielson and Fernanda Lopez Ornelas and the Geospatial Analysis Lab for providing us with our datasets for this project.